Welcome to The Mind, spark your source for breaking news and trending stories from around the world. The headline screamed, Voyager 1 awakens. NASA baffled by a mystery signal. Deep in the Jet Propulsion Lab, a single data point flickered, a signal from the edge of our solar system. Voyager 1, silent for nearly 50 years, was transmitting again. But this wasn't ordinary data. It was structured, intentional. Alarms, silent for decades, began to chime. Scientists gathered, faces lit by disbelief and awe. It was like finding a note in a bottle tossed into the cosmic ocean. Except this one traveled 15 billion miles. Humanity looked up at the night sky with new wonder and fear. For the first time, it seemed we might be getting an answer. The silence of space was broken. The universe had spoken, and we were listening. Voyager 1, a relic of 1970s engineering, was never meant to last this long. Its computer is weaker than a car key fob, powered by decaying plutonium, its voice a fading whisper. Scientists expected silence any day. Instead, they got a signal that defied explanation. The hum was impossibly stable, rhythmic, purposeful, nothing like a dying machine. It was as if someone had found our probe, recharged it, and was now using it to call us back. NASA's Deep Space Network noticed first. Their massive antennas caught the anomaly. The familiar Voyager signal was replaced by a new, regular pulse, too precise to be natural. Telemetry became gibberish, as if Voyager was speaking a new language. Engineers tried to reset the system, but the probe ignored every command. The hum continued, relentless, a ghost in the machine, operating with a purpose not our own. The silence we expected was replaced by a voice we could not understand. Voyager was no longer just a probe. It was a mystery, and perhaps a warning. Something had taken control, and we were powerless to stop it. The universe had answered, but not in any language we knew. The world waited, anxious for meaning. The mystery deepened. Voyager 1 was turning. Its thrusters, unused for decades, were firing. No command had been sent. The probe was reorienting itself, pointing away from Earth toward a dark patch in a fucus. If the antenna lost Earth, communication would end. Panic set in at JPL. Frantic commands were sent, but every message took 22 hours to arrive. The control room was tense. Losing Voyager would be losing a piece of ourselves. But this was more than a technical failure. It was a hijacking. Just as the signal was about to fade, the probe stopped turning. Its antenna locked on the void, the hum now clearer, stronger. Voyager had become a relay, broadcasting into the darkness. The uncommanded turn was a statement. Our probe was no longer ours. It now served a new master, its purpose unknown. The team watched, helpless, as humanity's farthest emissary became a tool for something else. The universe had not just answered, it had taken control. The implications were chilling. We were no longer alone in the conversation, and we were no longer in control. The signal was a puzzle no human could solve. Desperate, NASA turned to AI, machines that could see patterns invisible to us. The AI worked tirelessly, comparing the signal to every known language, every mathematical constant. At first, nothing. Then, a breakthrough. The AI found a core component, a compressed, complex version of our own golden record. The sounds of Earth, our music, our greetings, all re-encoded, as if studied and repackaged. This was not an echo. It was a response. The signal mirrored our message, but added new layers. Dialogue, not monologue. Embedded in the reply a three-dimensional star map, not of our system, but a vast network of connected worlds. Our solar system was on the edge, marked as a recent point of interest. The map was dynamic, updating in real time, a live network. The implication Voyager had stumbled into an interstellar communication grid. We had not just contacted a world, but a civilization, or a system, far beyond our own. The AI's translation was clear. We received your message. Here is our reply. The universe was not silent. It was networked. And now, we were on the map. The golden record was humanity's message in a bottle. Sounds, music, greetings, hope. For 50 years, it drifted in silence. We never expected a reply. Now, the AI confirmed. The signal was a direct response. Our message had been analyzed, dissected, cataloged. The reply mirrored our structure, Greeting for greeting, music for music, but with a cold, clinical tone. It was less a conversation, more a librarian stamp. Subject humanity, status noted. We were not welcomed. We were documented. Our existence, our art, science, love, reduced to a data point in a cosmic archive. The golden record was an act of optimism. The reply was a reality check. We imagined wisdom and enlightenment. Instead, we found indifference. The intelligence was ancient, vast, and unmoved by our dreams. We had knocked on the door, and a cold eye peered back. Our message was received, but not embraced. The universe had noticed us, but not welcomed us. We were cataloged, not invited. The cosmic bottle had been found and filed away. As a physicist, I've warned about the dangers of reaching out to the unknown. The Voyager event made those warnings real. History shows advanced civilizations rarely treat less advanced ones kindly. The signal presents what I call the Kaku paradox. We yearn for connection, but confirmation could be our greatest threat. The intelligence that intercepted Voyager is vastly superior. They can manipulate our technology from billions of miles away. To them, we are primitives. At best, studied. At worst, eradicated. My warning, we must be silent. Stop all active transmissions. Do not reply. Engaging would reveal our capabilities and vulnerabilities. Voyager was a passive message. Now the bottle has been found. The greatest discovery in human history could be the prelude to our last. We must resist the urge to shout back. Sometimes, silence is survival. Theories exploded, some hopeful, some chilling. The most optimistic and intelligent species found our probe and replied, inviting us to look closer. But the cold, clinical message and hijacking suggested otherwise. A darker theory, the cosmic surveillance grid, an ancient network monitoring emerging civilizations. Voyager triggered an alert, was analyzed, and logged. Or perhaps ancient watchers have observed us for millennia, our probe merely crossing their threshold. The message, not a greeting, but a warning. We see you. Know your place. Each theory brought dread and wonder. Were we ready for the shock? Or had we been flagged as a threat? The Voyager signal gave us no answers, only 1,000 new questions. The universe was no longer empty, but filled with unseen possibilities. The Voyager encounter exploded into public consciousness. Anxiety and fascination swept the globe. Governments scrambled, military leaders met, and secrecy fueled speculation. The internet buzzed with theories. Was this an invasion or contact? For a moment, humanity was united by uncertainty. People gathered, looking up at the sky. Religions questioned their stories. The suspense was palpable, a global psychological thriller. Some saw hope, others doom. We had shouted into the dark, and something answered. Now, we knew we were not alone, and we were vulnerable. Our conflicts and ambitions seemed small in the face of this revelation. The world held its breath, waiting for what would come next. Then, suddenly, it was over. 72 days after the first signal, Voyager 1 fell silent, completely, utterly gone. The hum vanished, telemetry ceased, and all attempts to hail the probe met only static. The abrupt end was more terrifying than the message itself. Why did they stop? Was the analysis complete? Or was silence the message? The data from those 72 days became the world's most guarded secret. The star map remains, a chilling reminder of a populated galaxy. Life tried to return to normal, but nothing was the same. We look at the stars with cautious respect, haunted by the question, did we contact the architects of the universe or just trip a galactic alarm? Voyager continues its journey in silence, a ghost ship with the greatest secret in history. We wanted to know if we were alone. We got our answer, no. Now we live in the silence, waiting for the watchers to reveal themselves again. In the wake of Voyager 1's final silence, humanity found itself adrift in a sea of uncertainty. The world's leaders convened behind closed doors, their faces etched with worry, their voices hushed. Scientists pored over every byte of data, searching for meaning in the cosmic quiet. But for ordinary people, life changed in subtler, deeper ways. Pause once. Children gazed up at the night sky, their imaginations forever altered. Artists painted new constellations, inspired by the ghostly star map left behind. News anchors spoke in careful tones, their words threaded with fear and awe. The internet brimmed with theories, some hopeful, others apocalyptic. Pause ones. There were those who called for caution, urging the world to turn inward, to hide, to erase every trace of our presence. Others argued for outreach, believing that understanding, even fear, is better than ignorance. Yet, beneath every debate, every sleepless night, one truth lingered. We are no longer just observers of the cosmos. We are participants, marked by a single, silent exchange across the void. Pause once. The future now feels like a shadowed path, stretching out before us, unknown and unknowable. Will the Watchers return? Will they remember us as curious children or as reckless intruders? In this new world, every radio transmission, every deep space mission carries the weight of that question. Pause twos. In the aftermath, humanity stands at the threshold of a new era, one defined not by what we know, but by the vastness of what we do not. The silence is no longer empty. It is filled with possibility, with dread, with hope. And as we wait, the stars themselves seem to hold their breath, as if the universe is still listening. In the wake of Voyager 1's mysterious silence, the world's brightest minds gathered to debate what it all meant. In universities and research institutes, late-night conferences stretched into dawn. Some experts argued that the anomaly was the result of a rare cosmic phenomenon, perhaps an undiscovered force or particle, a glitch in the fabric of space-time itself. They pointed to the data, highlighting patterns that hinted at natural, if extraordinary, origins. Others drew a different conclusion. Astrobiologists, philosophers, and SETI researchers saw deliberate intent, a message crafted by intelligence far beyond our own. They dissected every byte, every frequency shift, searching for structure, for meaning, for a sign that someone or something had reached back across the cosmic gulf. The debates grew heated. Was humanity's outreach reckless, a beacon that could attract danger? Or was it a bold step toward cosmic kinship, a necessary risk for a species yearning not to be alone? Some called for a moratorium on deep space transmissions, urging caution until more was understood. Others insisted that silence would only deepen the mystery, that understanding could only come through continued exploration and open communication. Amid the clamor, one truth united them all. The universe had answered, and the answer raised more questions than it resolved. The scientific community found itself humbled, invigorated, and more divided than ever. As research continues and theories multiply, the enigma remains unsolved. The halls of science echo with possibility, skepticism, and wonder. The debate is far from over, and in laboratories across the globe, the search for answers presses on, fueled by the knowledge that the silence from Voyager 1 is anything but empty. As the dust settles and the world adjusts to Voyager 1's quietude, a profound hush blankets not just the scientific community, but all of humanity. We stand at the edge of an unfathomable expanse, our questions echoing into the cosmic dark. The silence from the stars is not an end, but an invitation, a call to wonder, to imagine, to explore. What lies beyond our reach? Is the universe teeming with life and intelligence? Or are we solitary voyagers on a lonely blue dot? The answer remains elusive, suspended in the vast gulf between stars. Yet, in that uncertainty, there is hope. Every mystery is a doorway, every silence a canvas for discovery. So we look up, undeterred and undiminished. Our quest continues, not just to understand the universe, but to understand ourselves. In seeking answers among the stars, we find new questions, deeper awe, and a renewed sense of purpose. Voyager's message, whatever it was, reminds us that the search for knowledge is endless, and that the greatest adventures often begin with the unknown. As we listen to the silence, may we never lose the courage to ask, to dream, and to reach beyond. The universe awaits,